Hello all. Maybe let's give one more minute and then we'll start the session. Meanwhile, let me drop a message on the chat. No, Vipin, we can't hear you. I'm not sure what is the problem. Unable to hear Vipin. Maybe let me see what I can do. It's showing it as an external, I think. Maybe can you check from your side whether any uh, sound you need to adjust in your laptop or your desktop, maybe something like that. Can you now unmute yourself and speak? Let's see. Okay, still not audible. I'm sorry. Not sure what is the issue. Not sure, Vipin. Like what is? Okay, let me make you presenter. Change it. Yeah, can you unmute yourself now, Vipin? Let's check. Made you a presenter. Still not audible. Not sure what is the reason, but yeah, I tried my options. Maybe try it from your end. Maybe try checking the sound settings in your laptop or desktop. So sometimes when you connect your headphones, right, if the headphones is not connected or the volume is little less, there might be an issue. And also if you're using the Teams for desktop, try to check the audio settings over here. So make sure your for me, I connected my what to say? Okay, if it's not headphone, maybe go to Teams over here, and there is an audio option available over here. Make sure like it's in full volume, okay, and also check your system volume as well as if it's full, and double check whether the mic is working or not. Yeah, maybe some debug options, okay, maybe it might be working. Maybe just check when the teams are on. Yeah. Okay, so maybe let's get started for today. Let me log into WhatsApp. Meanwhile, just a minute. Oh, no. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah, sent an image. Okay. Uh, s- Seems to be good. Seems to be good. I'm not sure what is the issue. Really not sure. Maybe I can Google it out sometime. Yeah. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, so maybe let's get started for today. Just grab some devices and things actually. So today, as I promised, I have my Windows laptop. Okay, so let's connect this and check. So I think yesterday someone asked about it. Let me open the Notepad plus plus. Okay. Ah, just give me a second. By mistake, I pressed it. Okay, so today I'm in a Windows laptop. So let's try this process of Node.js and where you can check it up. So yesterday we did the Node.js and the Java installation inside your Mac machine, and I think we saw like how to set the environment path and all those stuffs actually for your Mac machine. And let's see about the Windows machine today. Okay. So for Windows, as usual, like say I gave you this link actually, so you can just copy this link, go to the Google Chrome and then paste it. Okay. So you can see I'm logged into the Windows machine. So automatically it redirects to my Windows downloader, I would say. Okay. So for me,
Cannot
like I'm,
see, sir,
yeah.
are you presenting? Cannot see.
Oh, okay. You can't see it. Okay. Let me share screen. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah. Somehow it got disconnected. Yeah. So let me know if my screen is visible. Can you see the Node.js
Yes,
download
sir.
page?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was just looking into the procedure, like say how to download the Node.js inside your Windows machine. And this is the website yesterday I gave you. And the same website I'm going to use it in my Windows machine. So I copy it and we go to the Chrome page and then we give it like this and it automatically opens the Node.js. And then it has like say I'm using a Windows machine, so you can see the Windows is getting called. Okay, so depending upon your mission, so these things will be called upon. Okay, so now what happens is like say as usual, I'll be using your uh, Windows installer.msi. Okay, as we discussed yesterday, you can click it, it automatically downloads and you can use it up. Okay, pretty simple. And then when you click it, so this is pop-up is for my mission. Okay, so it will automatically install it up. So just you need to give okay, please wait, it is asking. Okay, it's trying to get the setup ready. Okay, so it will ask for this pop-up. So once the space and everything is ready, it can install it out. Yeah. So as you can see, the wizard to install, just you can click next. I accept the license, click next, next, next. Okay, you can also check this checkbox. Okay, but it's not a mandatory one, so I'll uncheck it. So click next and install. That's it. Pretty much that's all you need to do it out. So I didn't set up anything so far in this mission. So automatically your environment variables, everything should be set it up once this installs. Okay, so let's wait for a few more seconds. Okay, yeah, let's wait for a few seconds before it installs. Okay, it's installing. Let's give it a couple of seconds. Okay, it's updating. Let's give it some more time. Okay, I think meanwhile, like whoever has Windows machine for the session, you can try installing it yourself as well. And any doubts, anything, please let me know. Okay, it takes quite a lot of time. Okay, let's wait for some more seconds so that the installation is complete. Okay. Okay, so it takes quite a lot of time. This I didn't expect, unfortunately. But anyone, maybe during its installation, anyone tried installing it? Yeah, it is done. Okay, so if you're trying it, just try it and let me know if it the same time it takes. Okay, and as you can see it, there is a finish button. Just you can click finish. And while installation process, you might have seen like in which place it have been installed. So you can go to C drive, program files, and there will be something called a Node.js. So this is the default path in which it installs. And if I go to my terminal or my command prompt, like I can go to run and then CMD, or you can click the start menu and you can give command prompt. So either ways it should open it, and you can see the command prompt opens. So yesterday we gave a command node space hyphen hyphen version. If you give it, it should get the version that was installed, 22.18. And same thing, npm space double hyphen version, the npm version will be available. So maybe did anyone had a query like why the node and npm versions are different? So any idea? Okay, so it's nothing but they both are for different purpose. Like yesterday we saw it, right? Maybe I don't have that notes now, but just I can reiterate it. So node is something like say it is a runtime environment for the JavaScript. Okay, and npm is nothing but your it's like a repository of library files which is used by Node. So both will have different versions. Okay, no brainer. So that's the reason you see two different versions available over here. And how to set the environment variable. So technically you need to go to the edit system environment variables. So in case if you are admin to your own machine, right? So mostly in your personal machines you're your own admin. Okay, so you can click on this environment variable and you can go to the path over here and do an edit, and you have the npm available. So by default, it will be set up for you. In case if it didn't set up, this will be the default path. Okay, you can check it in your mission, and you can confirm it on our Teams chat or WhatsApp group. Okay, if you find it or how is it. Okay, and yeah, this path no need to set up anywhere because it obviously uses your npm, so that's the reason you no need to set it up. But in case if you want to, you don't need to refer as well. It doesn't matter actually, because obviously you go to the c users and your name of the mission. Okay, and then there is an app data which might be an hidden one. So what you can do it is like you can go to the views and show hidden items, and you can see there should be a app data available. So where is it? The path. Let me double check it again. See user server in the app data. Why it's not coming? App data, view, show view. Okay, hidden items. Yeah, now it comes. App data. So you go inside it and you have the roaming and you have the npm here. So this is where all your node modules, whatever you downloaded from your npm, whether it's an apm or any module. Okay, for our instance we are using apm, so we download it from your npm. So those things and all, it will be available and downloaded over here in this path. Okay, so if somebody asks you where your APM is getting downloaded, so you can tell this is the path of the NPM where the APM is getting downloaded. Okay, so any doubt here so far till now?
No, sir. Now we would be discussing about APM downloading, right? The next step.
Yes, APM
Okay.
downloading through the NPM and some simulators concept, emulator concept, and how to configure the device to make it ready and all those things. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the basic setup we needed for any missions, I would say. And yeah, okay, so npm is the base of your apm. And next thing is like, say if you want to install your apm, so how does that work? Okay, so apm, as I told you, apm, so basically it's a library library file from the npm modules. Okay, so that's the reason we are using your node.js at the first point. Okay, so apm uses your node.js to run the server, so that's the reason npm is being used. And the version we are going to use it is like 2.x.x. That's the version we are going to use it up, and the latest version available in an industry. And where can I find it and all those things? Just go to google.com and then type in apm docs. Okay, so you get the official documentation. This is the link, and 2 dot is the latest version. And in the 2 dot, if you click this 2 dot, right, you get the latest version available, 2.19. Okay, so they don't have the 2.19.1, 2, 3 like that. They have a generic 2.19. Yes, this is the official documentation. And let me ping it in the chat. Ooh, okay, no, that's good weapon. Yeah, looks good for me. Yeah. Okay, so this is the APM doc for your reviews. Okay, and now let's see what happens actually over here. Yeah, version 2.x.x we'll be using it, and there are some commands which you can use it about to install it. So previously, as I told you, in 1.x.x version, we used to have a desktop version and a node version as well. But here in the 2.x, we don't have the desktop version. We only have the node version. So through the node only you can start and stop the APM server, and then you can automate it up. So that's one thing. So let's see how to install it up. So installation is a very simple process, I would tell, but depending upon the mission that you hold, the things might be varying. So installation goes about something like this: npm space install and then space APM. So this is how you need to install it out. So since okay, before that, in my machine I already have it. So let me check the APM version. So how to check it? APM space double hyphen version, enter it. Okay, why it's taking too long, too much long?
The command remains the same to install in Mac as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's same for Mac and Windows. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2.18. So that's a very older version or one version I'm back of it. So what I will do is like to install it. Let me give it npm space install space hyphen g apm. So this is the command that used to install. Okay. Just a second. Okay, so this command is used to install, and you can see it over here npm as it's understood. That's your node package manager, and install is something to install it out, and hyphen g is nothing but install it globally to your PC or your laptop, and then APM is the module name. Okay, this is how it will be working, and then you enter it, then it starts your installation process. Okay, so let's wait for a couple of seconds maybe. And if you want to install any specific version of APM, right? Maybe in your office, you might not get the latest version. Maybe you're backdated a bit to something like 2.17 or 16 or something like that. So you need to specifically mention the version. So when you give it like this npm install hyphen g, it will try to download it from the internet and install the latest version. But in case like if you want to do something like say uh, specific version, right? So let me tell you, beside this APM you need to provide at the rate and then the version name. Okay, I'll tell you about it, but let it install in the first instance the latest one, and these are just warnings, so don't worry about it, it should be fine.
Arvind, I'm getting some
Mhm.
error kind of thing or something. I'm not
Okay,
sure
okay,
it's a warning or not,
we just, can
but
you
I
paste
can
it in
see
the
error or something.
Teams? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Mm, okay, npm
Yes, I have
one.
pasted it now.
Okay. Okay, this is fine actually. This should be fine. Yeah. This is just the warning which I'm getting it up. Yeah. But you can see at the last I added 390 packages in 6 seconds. So it should be fine. Yeah. And then okay, after that you gave APM. Panel access is called make the error path node values APM. Permission denied. Okay. I think, but you have already installed it, right? This one. Okay, that's for
No,
the
this one is
within.
by
Okay,
someone
okay,
else.
okay.
Yeah.
Someone else. Sorry about that. npm error code, e-access error call. Okay, so error permission denied. Okay. So I think it's not able to make a folder called APM. Maybe before this npm, right? Just try to give sudo something like this. Okay. Maybe something like this sudo and then give npm space install hyphen g space apm. Something like this you can give. I think then it will install it out. This
Okay,
command.
just a second. Let me try.
Uh-huh. Sudo is something like, say, it's a super user kind of stuff. I think your login is not working, I guess. You don't have the permission to create it.
Yes, it's asking for
Password, right?
password.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give your Mac password.
It's installing, but I guess warnings are coming. Yeah, 391 packages in 6 seconds and those things.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that means it is fine. So whenever you want to install it, so use the sudo. It will ask for a password. I think for you the privileges is not there. Maybe what you can do it is like, say, one workaround for this is like, you maybe yesterday when you shared your machine's name was Alok, so you can right
Yeah.
click the machine name or the folder name Alok and get info and provide all the necessary permissions. That
Okay.
way you can try it. But if that also didn't work, then no issues. Always use a sudo before your command. That should be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got it. And the version I can see now it's 2.19.0.
exactly. Yes, that should be the
Okay.
version. Yes. So this is
Thank you.
how the APM version. Yeah, no problem. This is how the APM version. We can check it, we can install it, and you can play around. And as I told you, if there is any specific version that you are demanding or your company wants to run, just give it at the rate and then the version number 2.18 dot so on stuff. Yeah, something like this. So it will install only that version on your machine. For example, if I click this 2.18 right and enter, it will install the 2.18 version. So it will no longer use the 2.19. So you can install any specific version, you can install the latest version. So it is little flexible. Okay, these commands, these npm, and yeah, that's how it's about it. Okay, I think, yeah. APM version, APM is not recognized. Sorry, just now check. It's coming now. Okay, fine, fine. Good. Yeah. Maybe try it with the new session. Yeah. Then it should work. This command prompt. Sometimes there are some little slowness or something like that. Okay, so now the 18 version is getting installed. So let's wait for a moment for it. Yeah, let's give it some more time. Actually, I would tell. Okay, it is installed. Yeah. Yeah,
Arvind,
yes,
is it
please.
necessary for us to download 2.18? 2.18 or 2.19
No,
should
no, no,
also be
no,
fine?
no, no, no. 2.19 is fine. I'm just showing it how it works. If you want to
Okay.
install a specific version.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So as you can see it, that specific version it installed and it's fine. And if you want to update it, don't put any version. Just give npm install -g apm and then it will install the latest version. So if you want to install a specific version, this is the command. If you want to install the latest version, this is the command. So the reason for telling this one is like no need to provide any update commands. So if you give like npm install, it will pull the latest one. Okay, so any doubt in this so far? Okay, if there is no doubts, let's proceed it up. So Appium has some supporting library files actually. So Appium, whatever we installed is nothing but the server. Okay, but when it's a server, so it needs to have some supporting library files. So those supporting library files are with respect to the missions. So with respect to Windows mission, there is a separate item. With respect to the Mac mission, there is a separate items. So let's see like how does it get segregated. Okay, so the supporting library files, if you ask me, is it mandatory? Definitely yes, it is mandatory. Okay, so how to identify those support library files? So you need to give like say apm space, sorry, npm space driver list space apm. Okay. Okay, sorry, I forgot the command. Just a minute, let me take it from the repo. Okay. This is the command apm space driver list. If you give it, so this will list out the number of drivers that is required or generically all the drivers that is required. So you can see a list of drivers over here, I would say. Okay, let me copy it and put it over here. Okay, so these are the drivers that is required. So UI Automator, it is specifically required for your Android devices, and Windows is required, like say, to automate anything within the Windows environment. Okay, and Chromium is nothing but to support Chrome driver, to support the Chrome driver. And XUI test is something like say anything to automate the iOS part, or like say I can give it like simply as a iOS iOS part. And Espresso is again like say for your Android. Okay, so we do it out. And the Mac 2 is nothing but for to automate anything within the Mac environment. And Safari is nothing but browser support for Mac Safari. Okay, and Geeko, it's for your Firefox. Okay, so this is how it works. So what it would require for you, or what you need to do for this one. So if you're planning to automate Android, Okay, so this is required mandatorily for both Mac machine and Windows machine, I would tell. And Windows, I can tell this as only Windows, as the name suggests. So Chrome driver, both it's for your Mac and Windows. And iOS only for Mac. That means your XUI test. This is the library file. And Espresso, so this can be installed for both Mac and Windows. Okay, and Mac 2 only for Mac. Safari, as far as to my knowledge, it's only for Mac. I didn't try installing in Windows, but it's only for Mac for now. This for Mac and Windows. Okay, so this is how we segregate it out. Okay, the driver list. But if you ask, like, say, do we require everything needs to be installed? Not necessarily. So if you're holding a Mac and you want to automate both Android and iOS, then UI Automator is required, Chromium is required, XUI test is required, Espresso is not mandatory, Mac is mandatory, Safari is mandatory. For Mac, it supports both the Windows except this one, the second one. The rest other things you can install it up inside a Mac. So no issue should be there. But for Windows, since like Windows doesn't have any direct support on iOS, right? So we need to use only the cloud system to support it. And that's the reason our scope will be limited. Wherever there is a Windows, only that you need to install it. Like say first one, the second one. Second one again is not a mandatory, I would say. So unless and until you want to do something inside the Windows automation, like Windows desktop automation, you can do it. But if not, this is not mandatory. Then Chromium is mandatory because the Chrome browsers are used as a default browser in any device. Okay, so that's one thing. And Android Espresso is also like it's an optional one. So let me put this as Windows and optional to be more clarity. This is optional. Espresso is optional and Mac 2 is mandatory. This is Safari is mandatory. Gecko is optional. So whichever is optional, you don't need to install it, I would say. Okay. So any doubt here so far? How the segregation goes about? Any doubts? Anything so far till now?
No, so
Mm,
far all good. And
all
just
good, right?
if
Mhm.
you can just show the command based on which you got
To
all these,
install all these
yeah,
one.
these
Yeah, yeah.
things and all
Sure,
separately.
sure, 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 sure. Just give me a second. Just a second, guys. Yeah. Just give me a minute. I think there is some network connectivity issue. Just give me a second. Can you see my, yeah, can you see my command prompt now?
Yes.
Yeah, so Appium driver list, this is the command. So let me copy it and paste it. Where is the teams? Yeah, here is the teams. Paste it. Yeah, Appium driver list and how to install these things actually. Okay, the first and foremost thing is going to be like say I'm on my Windows machine today, so I need to install my UI Automator. Windows is not mandatory and Chromium is mandatory. So the rest other things I can't do it straightforward because XUI test is for iOS, Espresso it's optional. Mac 2 is for iOS, and Safari is for iOS, and Gecko is for your Firefox. So how to install it? So let me get back to my repo. Okay, so you need to do it something like this: Appium driver install. Okay, and then give a space, and whatever the name is available over here, right, just copy it and directly give it, because it is case sensitive. So just make sure it is the same name and click on enter. So I think this I installed maybe quite a long time back. You can see it's already installed. And if you want to update the driver, okay, so I have it already installed, and how you can identify it is it's already installed. Okay, but for you it will be something like this, not installed. For me, I've already installed it, so it is available, but I need to anyhow update it. Okay, because I installed like maybe for the previous batches or something like that. So if I want to update it, I can give Appium driver update and paste it, enter it. This will get updated. Okay, so this is the installation when you want to do it the first time. Okay, want to do it first time. Okay, and this is the updated one. Yeah, yes, yes, please.
Yes, I tried it, but I'm getting error.
Maybe you need to use the sudo for you. Yeah. Try it with the sudo. Yeah. Because I think for you the access it's not getting granted. So try the sudo before that APM. Yeah. Something like this.
Okay.
Sudo and then this one.
APM driver install.
Driver install. Yes. So that will be installed for you. Okay, so this is how we can install it, but the problem is like you can't install it parallelly. Okay, so only one at a time you can install. So that's one limitation I would say for NPM. Okay, so now you can see it's got updated when I give APM driver list. So the previous was 4.23 and now I should get the 4.2.8. Yeah, so that it will be there. So for Chromium as well, I can still do the same thing because it's already there with me. So I'll just do an update for you. You need to do Appium driver install, and then you need to give the Chromium, the name of it. Don't do spelling mistake. Okay. And also the case sensitive doesn't matters. So if I give it like this, for me, it already installs. Sorry, it's already installed. So it will ask me to update the driver. Okay, if it is required, Appium driver. So it's always good to have an updated version, I would say. So I do an update. So this is all
Then for
required. Yeah,
sorry
yeah,
to
yeah,
interrupt.
yeah,
For
yeah.
each and everything, we have to do it, right? Now that
Yes,
my system is Mac, I can go for
everything, all this.
XUI Espresso. So I have to
Ex-
download everything, or
Not required because Espresso is an optional one, and Geeko is also an optional one,
Gecko is optional. Yeah.
and Windows is also you can't do it because that is only for
Okay.
Windows machine. Yeah. So this is for something like say maybe an extra thing that I can give it is like if someone asks you, can I automate like any desktop automations, like say a calculator app inside your Windows machine, then you can do it with the help of this Windows, whatever I highlighted now. So this is for like
Okay.
desktop app automations.
So Mac 2 and Safari, I have to do it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Because Mac 2 is for to recognize or to automate anything inside a Mac environment, which most probably is not required for APM, but still, if you want to do anything like say in your Mac machine, you want to automate any apps, then you can use it, which is purely optional, I would say, for this Mac 2. But Safari, you need to have it because that's the default browser for the Mac. So it needs to be there. Yes. Because we are going to do the browser based automation as well within the device. So that is also is required because it will check for that particular dependency.
Okay. So basically, I'll be going for UI Automator, XUI test,
Mhm.
Mac 2, and Safari.
Safari, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is all about the drivers and their installation stuffs. Yeah. So as you can see, there is no updates available. So it's pretty clear, like I'm on the latest version. But you, if you want to install, you need to use the Appium driver install Chromium. And maybe the Windows also I can check it. Okay. So this is the basic setup that we require for your Appium. Okay. Starting from the node and to your Appium. Okay. So any doubts, anything so far till now? Okay, so if there is no doubt, still we have like 5 minutes. So let's discuss about something called an emulator and a simulator. Okay, so whenever, like, say, nowadays, like, when we want to test something, okay, testing strategy, I would tell, okay, strategy for mobile automation. Okay, so I would tell it as a testing strategy for mobile automation. So most probably, like in the previous, like say a year back or something, they considered what to say? They considered the real device as the way to go, as a good approach for testing your applications, or the real device in the sense a device which is with you and you can configure anything on that and you can run anything on that. But right now, how the world is progressing and how the budgets and everything goes about, the real device purchasing is always at a very lesser level. Because assume a scenario, you have your app which is being used by many people in the world, which has many devices. Okay, right now the brands and the device models, everything is very vast. Okay, so you can't test everything in every model. Okay, so what they did it is like, say, to make our testing much more easier, so we go with three different approaches. Okay, so first is with the real device, obviously. Okay, so you need to use your real device, no other go. You need to purchase it, you need to have some budget from your project and then do it. And the second one is something like, say, simulators and emulators. And the third one will be the cloud based environments, like, say, a browser stack, sauce labs, apply tools. There are many providers, I would say. Just to name a few, these are some popular things I would tell it out. But again, this is cost. Okay, so this is very cost. This is much more cost. Okay, higher cost, I would say. Okay, and emulators and simulators, it is still fine. Yeah, it's free, I would say. You don't need to pay about it. So this is the approach they use it out. Okay, so if you have budget, you can go for the real devices. Okay, I know like how much is the cost of iOS devices. It's approximately like 50-60, the base variant for an iOS. Okay, and if you go for an Android, you have different varieties like Samsung, Oppo, Vivo, all these things are available, so which has a wide range and amount, like starting from 10,000 INR and goes up till 1,20,000, so which is quite high, I would tell. Okay, so when budget is a constraint, then going with the simulator and emulator is the best way, I would tell. Okay, and also like cloud based environment you can ask me, but again there is a cost is involved. Okay, so I, as I last time I showed you, it's around like say $49, okay, for an individual, okay, per month. When it comes to an organization level, they don't give it one to one mapping. They usually give it as a bulk in the sense like say 100 devices, 200 devices, and so on. So it depends on that. So and the cost increases. So that's the reason like people started to nowadays use simulator and emulator, which is more or less close to the real device feeling. But let me segregate it. What is like say simulator and emulator does. Okay. So what does a simulator and emulator does? Okay. So simulators and emulators both are not the same. Okay, don't keep that perspective. So there is a considerable difference. I'll show you the difference as well. Okay, simulators and emulators, so they basically mimic the behavior of the real device. Okay, but they are not the same. Okay, they are not the same, and let me put that segregation.
Hello, sir.
So yeah,
Um,
yes.
sir, sorry, I might have missed it. Cloud-based
Mhm,
environment, browser stack,
mhm.
source lab,
Yeah.
apply
Mhm,
tools. Why
mhm.
are these costly?
Because you need to pay and use it actually, because they are the cloud providers. What they do it is like they have a cloud environment in
Yeah, yeah,
which through which you can access the
yes.
real device or a virtual device. So they are something like a, service. They are providing it to you. So they
Okay,
will
okay,
be
got
like
it.
charging you. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
yeah, they'll be charging you for their service. Okay, and to show the differentiation between simulator and emulator. So they are not the same actually. So be cautious. Let me take an Excel sheet. Okay, I don't have it. Fine, no problem. So let me go to the google.com. So where is the sheets? Yeah, I'll send this across to you. Okay, no issues. Let's segregate it something like this. Okay, let's have the feature. Okay, oh, what happened? Let's have the feature. Okay, and let's have it as an emulator, and let's have a simulator. Okay, so feature, let's have it as a purpose. The first thing, why we are using it, and common usage, I would say the next one, and how speed and reliable it is about, and accuracy, whether it is the same as that of real device or not, and what is the tech it is following it up, technology, and what file format we need to use it, I would say. Okay, and then where we can use it, where we can use it, I would say. And then is there any dependencies? Okay, or we'll cover it in the where we can use it itself. Yes. Okay, so this is about it. Okay, maybe can you mute yourself in case, yeah, maybe others would get disturbed. Yeah, sorry about it. Yeah, yeah, sorry about it. Please unmute yourself in case if you have questions. Yeah, just muting it for now. Yeah. So what is the purpose? I would tell it is like say, uh, if it's an emulator, it mimics the behavior of both hardware and software. and hardware and software. Okay, because if you consider a device, right, it should have both hardware and software. So your emulator will mimic the behavior of both hardware and your software. But if it's a simulator, it's only the software. It be it mimics it. Okay, and then the common usage for Android, we use an emulator. For iOS, we use a simulator. And the speed of performance, like it is very slow, I would say, the emulator, and simulator it is fast because hardware is not considered over here. And then the accuracy of it, this emulator is close to real device, I would say, close to real device, but here it is very less accurate. Why? Because the reason is like say it doesn't have any hardware, the first thing, and the CPU usage, battery drain, GPS, Bluetooth, anything you cannot measure it here because only the software it is getting replicated. So that's the reason it is very less accurate. Okay, and the technology it is using is like say we call it as QEMU, I would say, which is nothing but your quick emulator. Okay, and it uses something called ARM. Okay, or something called a Intel processor. Okay, and specific to Android, I would say. Okay, specific to, oh sorry, specific to Android. And then your simulator, the technology that is used is like say mostly it uses their Mac OS. Okay, Mac OS in the iOS environment. Okay, so however is your Mac OS, the same way the simulator will behave. The file format your emulator supports is like say .apk, the app extension, I would say. Okay, we'll come to this at later point tomorrow. What is this app extension and stuff? Okay, tomorrow in the sense Monday we'll come to it. And in a simulator, it will support only like say .zip format. Okay, it will be supported. And where can I use this one? Okay, so technically your emulator can be used in Windows and Mac, and simulator only in a Mac, I would say. This is the segregation. This is how it can be used about. And how to use this and stuff, we'll see it in a separate session because it's a bigger topic. So we need to install the Android Studio and stuff, and then we need to check it out. Okay. So far, any doubt here so far till now? Just ping this one. I think I have a chat. Yeah, sure, no problem. It's fine. That was I haven't installed Mac. That's great. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this is all about the features. Okay, so any doubt, anything so far till now? What is the segregation between emulator and simulator and stuff? Anything so far? So if there is no doubts, I think we can call it for a day so that you can try these installations if you have not installed and just try to check more about emulators and simulators before we check it on Monday. Yeah. Okay. So any doubts, anything, we can clarify it now. If not, we can call it for a day. Next class is on Monday. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Okay, then thank you all. So have a rest of the good evening, and a good weekend ahead. And let's meet again on Monday. Thank you.
Thank you.